Good morning, Scorpio. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Nicole. Scorpio, it is Friday, December 5th. This is your weekend read. It'll go from the 5th to the 7th. It will be for your Sun, your Moon, your Rising, your Venus, North Node, and Stellium placements if you have those in your chart. And then I don't know. Thank you to everybody who's liked, shared, subscribed, commented, the ways that you show up for the channel. Personal reads are open and available to all of you as well. Email is in the description box below the About section of the page. You'll find a link for channel memberships. I still need to put the Discord link in there. I tried the other day and it wasn't cooperating with me, so I was like, well, the hell with this at the moment. And then I am running, I hate to call it a special. It's not a special, like, ew, I just don't like the way that sounds. It's like, here, roast beef's on sale. What? They just jack up the price and then mark it down a little bit. Same damn difference. Doesn't make sense. But I am running a different way of doing readings. I mentioned this in the full moon read last night. I'm probably only going to do about 5 to 10 of these appointments this way, or sessions, I should say. It will go into your 2026 month by month, and then we will dive into your personal year and do intuiting on that as well. So it's a much more in-depth reading that gives you an overall view of what you may be looking at through 2026. Okay, so if you're interested in that specifically, reach out to me again in email and I will provide you with the details to that. And once those are gone, they're gone. Like, I won't, because it's going to take me a lot more time to dive so deeply into what I want to do for you all. The price is definitely more than the max session that I typically do, and I have to limit those because they're so time consuming. So if you're interested in something like that, do reach out to me and I will be happy to provide you the details for all that. Okay. So with that being said, what else is new? I don't know. I guess that's it. I guess that's it for now, right? So, all right, let's get down to your weekend read, Scorpio. Let's see what's going on for you. Stubborn. Hold on. There is a song, country, mid-90s maybe. Oh, that's it. Jamie McNeil, Somebody's Hero. I could hear the Jamie McNeil thing, but I was like, I know the song, but I don't know the song. And I was like, what's the title, Spirit? Bring it to me. She's Somebody's Hero. I can't remember the rest of it, though. But then I also hear Keeper of the Stars, and I know from my parents, you know, that's what they listened to when I was growing up, some of it anyhow. Keeper of the Stars was a song by Tracy Byrd. Listen to those two songs. I don't know why. I need to. Do I have a pen? Makes me. I always want to go back and look at. Hold on. Let me grab a pen real quick. Okay, guys. Sorry. Keeper of the Stars. I wanted to write these down because I tend to go back after I do these readings. Like I said, even with the astrology, I do the intuiting, then I go, fact check, if you will, what came out. So I'm curious, see what comes out in this reading for the weekend, and then I will, go back and read the lyrics to those two specific songs. But there's some type of relevance to that in words, lyrics, or something to that effect, right? So stay warm. I don't know, I'm just cold. I'm cold as I'm sitting here. It's cold. It's fucking like 30 degrees for a high. It's cold. All right, guys, let's get down to your weekend read. What's going on? I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hope this week's been good to you. Hopefully the weekend will be better, right? As we prepare for the holiday season. It's the holiday season. Yeah, like I've been in the store. There's been too many Christmas carols. Okay, let's see. choices in love. See? Could have choices in love. Choices about what you want to love. The way you're loving feels lighter, Scorpio. It feels lighter. Got 2 10s. 2 10s. Endings, beginnings, all simultaneous to one another. Giving parts of your heart away to the right places. The things that don't take it and exploit it or over exaggerate. You're not allowing your love to be all consuming this weekend, Scorpio. You think about Scorpio, they love hard, they give a lot, right? Overgive, overdo, overspend, over whatever you can to express that, right? A Gemini expression energy. Sorry, I was eating toast with cream cheese. I'm like, wait, what is this? Anyhow, pardon my manners, but it is you're not allowing it to be like an overriding force. You're not letting it dictate your sensibility. You're not letting it, like, you're feeling it. I feel like you're in it, you're feeling it. How you could even talk about it, right? You could be like, yeah, I feel this way about these things, right? But you're not letting it send you down a rabbit hole. You're not letting it eat you up inside. You're not letting it overly consume you either. So, what else for Scorpio this weekend? Groves, self-care, right? 7:07 on the clock. Self-care, different. There's that differences again. Can't compare apples to oranges. It's like you're, call it picking and choosing. Oh my God, the things that I see sometimes, I read. I don't want to. You could be picking and choosing your battles in some way, Scorpio, this weekend. Can't compare apples to oranges. And I do kind of see it as, you look at these 2 cats on there, right? That white one is like, I see you. And it's kind of bitchy looking in a weird way, right? And there's the black one who's kind of got his head down and he's just like, ugh, maybe being called out on something. Being told about something, getting the look, right? How many wives have given their husbands the look, right? Or partners the look, their kids the look, their mothers the look, right? All that stuff. Somebody's getting the look. Somebody could smoke. The person getting the look could be a smoker of, as they call it, the devil's lettuce. I rebuke that statement, but okay. Not that I do it, but I'm not against it either. But it's like somebody knows, Scorpio. Somebody knows. You're not standing in a holier than thou position, but you're kind of looking a little angelic, maybe a little know-it-all-y kind of thing. But there's 3 cats. You could have 3 cats. As I say that, I've got the 3 in this house, right? We know this. Cats are very intuitive, right? Very strong-minded, but they also heal. I said this, like something very pure about that cat. The purr of a cat is a healing sort of energy, and it's like, you remember in Dirty Dancing with Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey, when he's teaching her how to dance and he takes her hand to his heart or to his chest and he goes bum 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 bum, right? That was a harmonizing moment in that movie for those two to get on the same rhythm, right? There's a harmonizing moment happening here, Scorpio, to get into the same rhythm of something. That black cat with his eyes all squinched and like, oh God, you know. He too is giving the look. We're gonna go cats. Do you remember in Cinderella there was the big fat cat? What was that cat's name? Not Oliver. I don't know why cats are so important today, but they are. But I remember the mice in that movie like clunked him on the head with something, and he always just looked so irritated, aggravated. And he's like, you know, that whole kind of thing. The person or situation that you're dealing with is very Lucifer. I think that was the cat's name, Lucifer. Or did they call him Lucifer, something like that. But the person you're dealing with maybe could be a little bit devilish in their own right, but they're very Lucifer-like in that regard, in regards to that cat. And I would say to you, pull up a meme. The Spirit's going to show me a picture of like a meme of that cat with that goofy ass look on his face. You're looking at this person like, well, what are you going to do? And they're looking like Lucifer going, oh my God, I'm annoyed as fuck. But there's two very valid points in those choices. There's two very different ways, this Gemini full moon, of looking at things. And Scorpio, you have no problem with bringing that to light. To be that purity, to be that ba-boom, ba-boom, that purring that harmonizes. Spirit's pointing out the cat's whiskers, the senses. You sense it. It's kind of like, you know, a hound dog on the trail of a squirrel or a duck or something, right? Scorpio, you are the hound dog of emotions. You are the hound dog of feelings. Like, nobody can hide that from you. And if they ever think that they can't, cross-watcher. Let me tell you, if you're here for a Scorpio and you're trying to hide emotion or feeling or, I don't know, even maybe what you had for breakfast or what color your underwear are today, good luck. Like, good luck trying to hold that back, because they know. They just know. Okay? And that's something that you really need to be aware, that it's not that they're coming at you sideways. When their heart space opens, they're open to heal. But Scorpio, important enough for you here is that Grove is about the self-care. You could be teaching somebody how to self-care. It's a really cool energy, but we also, as I've told you many times before, we lead by example, right? Us doing it for ourselves is teaching others around us, like, oh, hey, Scorpio did this and Scorpio was really happy. How'd that happen? You're teaching people right now, Scorps. You're a bigger teacher than you know, whether you mean to be or not. All right? Let's get down to the days of the week, Scorpio. The bowl is empty. The bowl is empty. Some of you could be making soup, and it's like, do we have more of that stuff? Like, the bowl is empty. 13:31 on the clock, Scorps. All right, Spirit. For Friday, for the sign of Scorpio, our wonderful, fabulous, serious, amazing Scorpios. Collection and key. Keys are important. That's the second time today that that's come out. It came out in the channel members read. And here it is again. For Friday for Scorpio. Snake. Lies, poison, fertility comes out sideways with gravity. Grounding. No more lying to ourselves, right? Very black and white, which that difference is the cat is white, cat is black. Snake is in a black and white form, so is this gravity. I'll just show these to you. You see it's black and white, right? You see it, it's black and white, right? Could be some level of traveling. I don't really feel too much like it's travel, though. I really don't. It's just what we're drawn to. Could be traveling for some of you, but I feel like it's more about what we're drawn to. What is Saturday? Hold. Law. More black. Scorpio, everything's black and white. Look at that. Law. Lawyer, judge, police could be dealing with that sunset. Ladies, I'm just here to deliver the message. Invest in better bras, better support, you know. Certainly no doctor. They say don't always wear them all the time, right? Of course not. Like give yourself a rest. And sorry, gentlemen out there, them, they, however you identify. Let those puppies breathe at night. But do have something that is supportive of you, so your back's not hurting and whatnot. Like, again, self-care this weekend. Invest in yourself. So if it's a good bra, a nice pair of underwear, comfy shoes, whatever you need, right? Like, go take care of yourself, please. Okay? There's just something about that specifically. Other than that, I'm also hearing awe. Somebody could be watching the sunset with somebody else. Memories could be being created. There could be even a paranormal, thank you, Spirit, experience. I'm hearing in the shadows for some of you that is kind of like, I knew this was coming at some point. I don't know why it's coming through like that, but I knew this was coming for some reason. And then on Sunday, there's a lot. Single, isolation, independent, alone, nothingness. There's a whole lot of nothing on Sunday, Scorpio, the 7th. Was that Godsmack, I walk alone? Maybe? It's Godsmack, I walk alone. I'll write that one down too. Lots of music this morning. Music could be real important this weekend. I don't know if that's the right one. I don't know. I am alone, I walk alone. Chaos. I just heard I'm sick of walking into the snake pit. You know, you got another card here, 2 more cards here that are all black and white, Scorpio. There's something very significant about that black and white. It's one viewpoint versus another. But then you start to get some like reds and yellows, right? So it's passion, Spirit saying control, remembering certain things. Something is balancing out in the ethereal realm, spirit realm. It's happening for a specific reason. This depravity on Sunday. I want to clarify that. Scorpio, I don't know if that's you or somebody else. I kind of feel like it's both sides of something. It's almost like somebody's being judged, looked down on, ridiculed, criticized for holding their own position or stance on something, not conforming. Oh my God, what is it with the music? Was it Kanye West? I'm not a fan. But he said, what do you think I rap for? To push a mother effing rap for? I forget what song that was. That was what, early 2000s. What do you think I rap for? To push a mother effing rap for? It's like, why do you, right, when we look at the context of that, why do you think that I do what I do? Do you think I do what I do just for fun? Do you think it's like, not that, you know, this could be somebody with a job, right? Like, you know, do you think about that? That's his job. He does it because maybe he's got a passion in it, right? I mean, obviously, there's a lot left to be said about that man, but we'll leave it at that for now. You know, that's his gig. That's his thing. It's what he chooses to do, right? Some could argue he's really good at it. Some people could argue he sucks, you know, who knows, whatever. But he's like, to me, that's an equation of, I deserve more. Like, I work hard for what I have. should have more of that. And we think about depravity, as I say that too. Depravity is to have nothing. It is misfortune, right? It is to be stripped of the things that we want or need. Nothingness, dead, nothingness, meaningful, meaninglessness, erasure, forgetfulness. It's to have nothing, right? It's like somebody's wanting you to have nothing. Like you should not be happy. You know, it's like, oh, you got that job, Scorpio. What makes you capable? Oh, you bought that new car. Like, well, I've worked really hard the last however long. Why wouldn't I get that new car? You know, there's something about that it's like someone is passing an opinion or a judgment as to what you're supposed to have. And your grove of self-care from the get-go here is, why can't I have what I deserve and want? What gives you the right to tell me that I don't deserve that, right, Scorpio? And it's like, it's kind of like looking at it from the idea of the audacity of that MFer. The audacity, because whatever this is, Scorpio, is triggering somebody else. They could have a drinking problem, to be honest with you. Or they are on, and I don't mean this in a negative way, so please do not take it that way, but they could be on medicines that deal with bipolar, depression, antipsychotics, whatever it is, right? It's anything mental in that regard that they could be medicating for. This could be by way of prescription or by way of self-medicating, okay? Just FYI there. But they have a hard time regulating their emotions, okay? So just be aware that this person, this is like sending them into anxiety, a tailspin. They are just beside themselves. And Scorps, what do you think I rap for? Push a mother effing rap for is like, what makes you think I don't deserve what I deserve to have, what I've worked hard to obtain, right? Whether it's tangible or happiness, an experience. Who are you to tell me that I don't deserve those things, right? Very important. Very, very important. So let's go back to Friday here. The snake, lies, poison, fertility, gravity. Again, I feel like it's what you're drawn to here, Scorpio. There's an attraction to something. May not be in your best interest. It may not be in somebody else's best interest, to be honest with you. What is the snake about? The Fool and the Sea. You think, I swear to God, I said what? You could be teaching somebody something, right? I said that, right? Hilarious. 31, 32 to the 34. We've got the Fool. So you think about the Fool. The Fool has no life experience, right? This is somebody who's starting off, and I think I spoke a little bit on this last night for the full moon read. This is somebody who has minimal life experience. He's playing his flute and he's off on his way, right? He's listening to his music, going through his day, whatever, right? We're rhyming here. Totally carefree, no responsibility. He's just going to go out and live life and do it, and he's a la-ti-da. And then comes the old wise owl, right? The sage, the one with wisdom, the one with guidance, the one who's got the message, right? Mercury and Gemini, they got something to say. And I said about that cat, that white purity, that purring, that bump, harmonizing. What's underneath that? The stars. Divine alignment. Or not the stars, I'm sorry, peace. And then the stars. I was looking at the stars. It's like you have already healed or dealt with something that you can now give strong, wise advice on. This could be family, this could be friends, hell, this could be clients, this could be your neighbor. It could be somebody you run into and they, you're at Home Depot and they're like, damn it, like this whole plumbing thing. And you're like, oh, hey, I had that happen 6 months ago. This is what I ended up having to do. It worked out better than, what so-and-so said on Reddit, So it's like, you've got some words of wisdom to share, Scorpio, and do it. You know, this could be something so simple as saying something to your kid that it's like, you know, if you would just be a little bit nicer, you might have a couple more friends. You know, be a good sore loser, right? Like, just all of those little things that ultimately make life easier. It's, you have that sound advice to give. And it's grounding. It's what you're drawn to. It's what you're called to. For some of you, it's work. You know, and you see people that are walking around in places of indecision in their life, and you're like, here, let me guide you. And, you know, a spirit, if I could talk, points out to me that in the word sage is age. For the ages. It's in the ages. It's in the experience. It's in the wisdom of what we've learned, right? And now we can tell, or Spirit saying foretell, circumstances, events, opportunities. We know how to alchemize. We know what we need versus what we don't need. And what I think is really cool about this, I just noticed per Spirit, on the very back shelf, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not, there's the scales. Can you see those? Those are the scales of justice, right? What takes us into Saturday? Check it out. The scales. So, you know, and I think I've said this to you I'm pretty sure it was Scorpio season, that what we were dealing with back in Libra season, as we talk about the scales and the balances, right? Like the checks and balances, if you will, is that during Libra season, that's the energy that we would like to bring into things, right? That's the goal, is to go, oh, we have this energy now we can work with it. It's going to the grocery store and getting all the ingredients to bake your cake, but you still have to go home and get them all out and do all the things, right? You're prepping. Libra season was preparation. Scorpio season was preparation to the things that we're now moving into and able to alchemize with and willing to work with at this time. So when we see this sage with those scales in the background and cherries, it's abundance, right? There's something more to be had. Moving into Saturday, there's more balance. Now, we could be looking at this from a lawyer, judge, police stance. Sure, why not? This could have to do with some estate. You could be working on estate matters or collecting, Spirit saying evidence, but I don't think it's evidence as much as it is just the information around something that you're going to need in the future. And I don't feel like it's super pressing right now, but there is an intuitive awareness to something here. You're aware of something that you need to know, okay? Real quick, anything else on Friday, Spirit? Anything else on Friday? Don't be afraid to rock the boat. Love spell and confession. Open your heart. You're doing things from a place of the right space. You know, that advice is not, it's not mean. It's not malicious. It's like, I want to tell you something. I want you to maybe see, right, the different perspective. Water sign, Scorpio, there you are. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I want you to see something different. It's like the words that you say to somebody could also move them internally. Like I said to you, it's like, it's not, you could be traveling, but I don't think that it's that. There's a energetic movement. Maybe, again, what you're called to, what your desire is. The words that you say are something that you address. Moves emotionally, maybe even mentally, a person. It's a different type of travel. It's a feeling. It's a knowing that's traveling through this person. Okay? So be aware. Could be many, depending on your situation, but you're definitely attracting the good feeling thoughts, right? Okay? All right, Saturday. The beauty. The warrior. It's like Beauty and the Beast, right? Beauty and the Beast. Some of you kind of be fighting to hold, like, I'm going to say to hold on to some energy around something. There may be something here that you feel like you're on the outside looking in at. Some of you could be bloated. Some of you, I just want to go sit down. Like, you don't have to fight for the day. Like, you don't have to be out, like, conquering the world 9-10 here. It's okay to just, if you're not feeling your best, I mean, you look at her, like, she's looking at herself in that mirror, or not the mirror, but the glass, and it's all kind of broken up. Maybe not feeling your best self. When we go back to that Grove card, is a need for self-care. Like, put the armor down. If you're not feeling it, don't force yourself to feel it if you don't want to feel it either, right? It's kind of like, if I'm just not feeling great, some of you could be playing cards, like the Queen of Hearts, right? Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts. Messages, though. Some of you, I did say paranormal experiences at some point here, the liar. The messages. Something about lies. What is the juggling act here? Scorpio. Someone's going to get themselves caught up, Scorps. Hold on. What is this about? Scorps, careful on the message that you tell yourself about yourself, for one, okay? 2, you've got somebody coming in from the other side to communicate with you. Number 3, you could have somebody close to you. This is fucked up, but I'm going to say this. This might be for like one of you, who is willing to make a mockery of somebody or something that you lost. That stings. And it's kind of like they say, you know, you give somebody enough rope to hang themselves and they will. Yeah. There's something about that, okay? The colors red and green, well, as I say that out loud, Christmas, right, is important. So the holiday season is going to be important. They may try to manipulate something, make you some kind of really stupid and fucking ridiculous offer, Scorpio, and you're just Queen of Pentacles. They're coming in as the Knight of Pentacles. You're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles. Again, you're Wheel of Fortune. You are far more mature in a situation here about something. You're just not. And that Queen of Pentacles, once again, is a nurturer, a carer, a giver, a doer. She invests in the right things. Now, this liar, what is this about, Spirit? Four of Pentacles. Somebody is not, I'm just going to say it, somebody is not saying something about something yet. That's skills. 9 of Pentacles. Scorpio, we're going to be real. I've got to be super freaking nosy on this for some reason. No, Santa Morte. What is this card about, Spirit, with the 4 of Pentacles? Somebody's definitely, I mean, got the liar who's already withholding something to the 4 of Pentacles. I mean, that's a doubling down of, it's mine. Like, it's mine, it's mine, it's all mine. And I'm not sharing this or giving this up. What is this 4 of Pentacles? You could be dealing with the devil inside of you when it comes to addictions or something like that. Be careful. Page of Wands and the King of Wands. I get the feeling somebody's trying to manipulate a situation, Scorpio, on Saturday. Trying to hold somebody back, hold somebody down. The 9 of Cups. Or no, that's the 6 of Cups. This could pertain to children or something like that. Masterpiece? Skills. Ooh, Scorpio, I don't... King of Swords, you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag. Hold on. Like, this is kind of coming in strangely, but we're going to go with it. Is this in Scorpio's space? Is this Scorpio? I don't feel like you're of this energy. Again, watching broken glass, right? It's like you're getting bits and pieces of something. there you are. You're going to rise from whatever this is. But is Scorpio direct? There's a karmic person in your life still, Scorpio, who you may have met this person, I'm going to say years ago, because there's too much history, heartbroken. There's too much history and nostalgia picture. That is the old, that's way back when. That they're somehow influencing or trying to influence. Three of Swords, there it is. Yeah, like they could be hateful, hurtful, mean, spiteful. I feel like they're trying to dictate. I almost feel like this Four of Pentacles is another person. Like they're trying to restrict somebody else. I don't even, Scorpio, I don't know if you know this is going on. Because with you being that beauty card, you're only seeing parts of something. The message is you're going to get somebody from the other side who's passed on, Scorpio, or even just your guides. You're going to get practical information around something. You may have a dream, a vision, a sign, a symbol. You may read like a story online, and you're like, wow, that's really close to this thing going on in my life, right? Like there's a reason for the similarities or the synchronicities, the differences. You're going to be able to understand them. But somebody is like, they're going to wish they would have swallowed their words, I'm hearing. They're going to wish they would have swallowed their words. Whew, Scorpio, this is something you don't, I'm going to say you don't see coming. The Lovers could deal with a Gemini, but someone's got a choice to make. And it's going to be, it's like somebody, Scorpio, at some point will defend you. And if it means they leave themselves out to dry in the process, they will. Because they know you'll forge forward. They know you'll climb the ladder. They know you're going to be successful in whatever this challenge is. The Spades. Shovel. Hold on. Bear with me for a minute. Scorpio, this is a really deep message. There's something else going on behind the scenes here. I've tapped into something that's kind of gone down the rabbit hole, so I'm going to kind of stop there because I don't want to drag this on too long, but be aware. Like the things that you know manifest. Yeah, like the things that you know, just know that you know, and the things that you care about, they're going to be guided and protected, okay? Whatever that means for you. All right, anything else separate of all that on Saturday, Spirit? Jesus. Options. Scorpio, the energy on Saturday, there could be conversations going on around what comes next in connection or partnership or hell, anything, right? It doesn't have to be that, but it could be what the hell you're having for dinner, right? But there is conversation around that and trying to find the ability to get on the same page with something. I think two people have their own thoughts. What is this commitment? Temperance and the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Someone does feel a little overwhelmed by something. They're trying to settle into it. The heart feels it, but the head is not quite in balance yet. So whatever that is, you're probably just going to be aware of it this weekend. I don't think anything's really going to come of it at this time, but in time, it'll address itself, okay? Sunday. Somebody judging you. What is this on Sunday for Scorpio? The Five of Pentacles. I say to the Six of Swords. It's like somebody's saying, and there's the Justice card again. That's the third time we've seen this energy. In 3 days. Boom, boom, boom. Like rubber stamp it. Somebody wants you to be without. The Depravity card to the nothingness to the Five of Pentacles. It's nothing but lack. I want nothing but lack for you, Scorpio. You don't deserve anything, right? you could be dealing with a Libra. There's a lot of, like, obviously with the Justice, like, there's a lot of Libra energy here. And Scorpio, 6 of Swords. Middle fingers in the air. You know, it's like that. You're like, I've passed this point. I'm not doing this again. Like, what is this even supposed to mean? We're not. There's 2 cards of walking away from that, right? The single card, he's walking beyond where he's been with this depravity and nothingness. He's putting it behind him, and he's like, if I've got to walk through the fire to get to the other side, then I will. The 6 of Swords, moving away from lack again, right? So 2 cards of moving forward and just, I'm going off. I'm doing my thing. I'm taking what's left of me or what's left of what I've had to understand, and I'm heading out on my own, and I'm going to take this journey and this venture, and come or don't come, I don't care. But if you're going to ridicule me, just stay the fuck away, right? 9 of Cups, the Moon. Listen, something's touched your soul here, Scorpio, at some point recently. To the Ace of Wands, yeah. That's inspired, to the Fool, 1 and 0. That's inspiring you. It's like, you know, I love this Moon card, I think more than any Moon card I've ever seen in my life. But the fact that her hands are to the water and she's looking herself in the face. You know, when we think about the Moon energy and like it's illusion, right? It's not clear. And now granted there's ripples, but you know, you look at her face and it's very clear as to what she sees. She sees the truth. She sees exactly what is being reflected, the beauty, right back at her. Maybe it's wrinkles. Maybe it's crow's feet. Maybe it's tired eyes. Who the fuck knows, right? Doesn't even matter. But she sees the truth in this card. The Lotus is built from the mud and the muck, right? It grows from that place. And it's like there's a spotlight on that. It's you recognizing how far you've come. And even when other people are going, Scorpio, you don't deserve. You're the hands down in faith. Some of you could be praying, meditating, doing yoga, breath work, different poses with your hands, right? And this, I'm just hearing, God, I know. God, I know. There is a divine prayer. There's divine faith. There's just this immense belief in the power of the hands. It's like when you put your hands up, right, and you're sitting in a church pew and you're praying, or if you've ever sat down and talked to your higher self and your divine and spirit, and you're like, like Jesus, take the wheel, here you go, right? Like, it's that. But Scorpio, the power that comes in, and I don't know why I'm going to say this to you. I do, spirit, but still, 6 p.m. your time. There's something about this divine presence of, I'm giving it to God. Giving it to her. I'm giving it to whatever it's supposed to be, but it is not for me to figure out. I trust. I believe, I trust, I know. I see. Because I see what sits within me. There is a vision. It's like a holy vision, Scorpio, of yourself. And it's going to be an inspiration of action to the next part of your journey that gives you back power and control over your circumstances in your life. Money, to the Tower, to the Hermit. You have learned so much as a result of this. And the 10 of Swords, to the World. That is a final ending to the nothingness. It is a final call. Like, if you have struggled with money, I could tell you that sometime after Sunday, you're going to see things start to shift. Whatever the struggle has been after Sunday, it's like everything kind of just picks up. All right, it's all going to change. You'll be antsy between now and then, but everything changes after that. We're going from the World to the Magician. Everything really starts to change. Spirit just said, be within yourself this weekend, Scorpio. Be within yourself. Very powerful. Very, very powerful energy this weekend for you. I like it, though. I do like it. I think it's amazing that you're in that energy. It's not a bad thing, but it's very intriguing. Let's get a Moonology card, right? What the hell, why not? Let's get a Moonology card. All right, Spirit, for Scorpio this weekend. What wraps this up? What brings this full circle for Scorpio? and get an Akashic card too. Okie dokie. Spirit. Oh, a fiery climax approaches. The end, I just said it, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Also, lots of approaching. And then work through your fears, Scorpio. So let me put these in order. A fiery climax approaches. I told you, like, there's that Saturday thing that we don't really see, but it's there, right? Work through your fears. I think you're doing just that, and that's the new moon in Scorpio, full moon in Aries before that. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. It's coming, right? It's there. It's there. It's coming. It's coming to you and for you. And Scorpio, it's everything that you're going to need it to be. Okay. In this Akashic deck, what is the Akashic card, Spirit, for Scorpio this weekend? 2 of them. Courageous heart. You are brave enough to feel deeply even when it hurts. Your heart's courage inspires others. Stay true to your emotional integrity and test of endurance. You feel the weight of the journey pressing on you. This is the final stretch before the breakthrough. Dig deep and finish strong. I love it, Scorps. I love it. I'm going to leave it there. All right. Sending you all so much love. Fantastic weekend. Personal reads are open. Reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great time. Great time, great weekend, whatever it is. Sending you love. Take care. See you soon. Bye.